The Twin Towers once defined Manhattan's skyline, icons of New York's ambition and global reach. The South Tower, completed in 1973, soared over 1,360 feet, a marvel of engineering. Together, the towers were more than office buildings. They were symbols recognized worldwide. On September 11, 2001, that skyline changed forever. Hijacked planes struck both towers. The South Tower fell first, followed by the North. Nearly 3,000 lives were lost, and Lower Manhattan was left with a 16-acre wound, ground zero. The aftermath was chaos. Fires burned for months, and the cleanup was monumental. Yet, amid mourning, resolve grew. The city was determined to rebuild. The challenge: how to honor the past while shaping the future. The site had to balance a solemn memorial with the need for commercial space. The loss of the towers was a shock to New York's psyche and economy. Over 10 million square feet of office space vanished in an instant. Businesses were displaced and transportation was crippled. Rebuilding would be a long, complex journey involving countless stakeholders. The empty space became a symbol of resilience and hope. The world watched as New York began to write a new chapter. The question was never if the site would be rebuilt, but how. The process would test the city's ambition and unity. The story of the New World Trade Center was just beginning. The next chapter would be one of vision, conflict, and perseverance. Reimagining Ground Zero was a monumental task, sacred ground and prime real estate. The Lower Manhattan Development Corporation was formed to oversee the process. After a global design competition, Daniel Libeskind's Memory Foundation's master plan was chosen. His vision, a sunken memorial, preserved slurry wall, and a spiral of new towers culminating in the Freedom Tower. The plan balanced remembrance with renewal, setting the stage for 4 new office towers, a memorial, a transportation hub, and a performing arts center. But the path from vision to reality was fraught with conflict. Developer Larry Silverstein wanted maximum office space. The Port Authority had its own priorities. Negotiations and redesigns followed, with the Freedom Tower eventually reimagined as One World Trade Center. The master plan was a framework. Each building would have its own architect and identity. The challenge: create a vibrant, mixed-use neighborhood that honored the past and embraced the future. The stage was set for the next phase, designing the individual towers. With the master plan in place, attention turned to the towers themselves. For 2 World Trade Center, Larry Silverstein chose Norman Foster, known for sleek, modern designs. Foster's 2006 proposal, a 79-story tower with a diamond-shaped roof, oriented to avoid casting shadows on the memorial each September 11th. The design featured column-free floors and a cruciform core, offering flexibility and structural clarity. Its illuminated summit would become a new beacon for Lower Manhattan. Construction began, and by 2013 the building had reached street level, but progress stalled. No anchor tenant, no tower. The 2008 financial crisis made companies wary of committing to massive new headquarters. While neighboring towers rose, 2 WTC remained a concrete foundation, a question mark on the skyline. Foster's elegant vision was put on hold, awaiting the right economic moment and corporate partner. The story of 2 World Trade Center became one of waiting and reinvention. In 2015, media giants 21st Century Fox and News Corp considered moving in, but needed open, flexible spaces. Silverstein commissioned a new design from Bjarke Ingels: 7 stacked boxes with terraces, bridging the financial district and Tribeca. Ingels' bold, unconventional design generated buzz, but also controversy. The deal collapsed in 2016. Fox and News Corp stayed in Midtown. With no anchor tenant, the project stalled again. Now, 2 complete designs, Foster's and Ingels', sat on the shelf. The site remained a foundation, waiting for the right moment. 2WTC's timeline was now defined by unrealized visions and shifting market demands. The tower's future was as uncertain as ever. The saga of 2 World Trade Center is shaped by its key players. Larry Silverstein, the determined developer, has pushed the project forward through setbacks and negotiations. The Port Authority, as landowner, balances public interest with commercial realities, often clashing with Silverstein. Architects like Daniel Libeskind, Norman Foster, and Bjarke Ingels have each left their mark, symbolic, elegant, or bold. City and state leaders have provided political support and funding while mediating disputes. The Lower Manhattan Development Corporation set the early vision. The families of 9/11's victims ensured the memorial remained central. The story is a complex interplay of ambition, responsibility, and remembrance. Every decision reflects the weight of history and the hope for renewal. The main reason 2 World Trade Center remains unbuilt is simple: no anchor tenant. Building a super tall tower in Manhattan costs billions. Developers won't proceed without a major lease. The commercial real estate market is crowded and companies are leasing less space, especially after the shift to remote work. 2 distinct designs, Foster's for finance, Ingalls for media, add to the uncertainty. Tenants want to know what they're getting. Developers want a tenant before committing to a design. The site is ready, but construction can't start without a corporate commitment. The rest of the World Trade Center is thriving, but 2 WTC remains a void. Its fate depends on a company willing to make a long-term bet on Lower Manhattan. Until then, the foundation waits, symbolic of both potential and pause. The last piece of the puzzle remains just out of reach. As of June 2025, 2 World Trade Center is still a construction-ready platform. Larry Silverstein remains optimistic, marketing the site to potential tenants. The final design, Foster's or Ingalls, will depend on who signs the lease. Economic shifts or a surge in demand could finally bring the tower to life. Multiple smaller tenants are now a possibility, reflecting new trends in office leasing. The site stands as a testament to resilience, ambition, and the complexities of rebuilding. 2 WTC is the last unrealized piece of the master plan, a tower in waiting. The world still watches, hoping for the day the final tower rises.